beautiful people. Hope y'all having a beautiful life. Let's see here. Trying to get this stuff together. All right. I think we're good. Okay. Just wait a few minutes. So this live is about what it's like to walk with God with me. My experience with walking with God. Okay. So I'm gonna wait a little while till I see at least one person on here. I had some hot pizza, child, the inside of my mouth, okay? My gums above are suffering from it. That pizza was good as shit though. It was hot. And I started thinking, I was like, okay, now if you think that pizza, it burned the top of the roof of your mouth, how you think it feels going down inside, inside your belly? You don't think that's how that shit have to go through your digestive system? So I'm gonna need you to let that shit cool down, blow it, or whatever you gotta do, but stop eating hot food like that. If it burns the top of your roof of your mouth, it's gonna do the same thing going down. I was like, okay, God. But that pizza was good as shit though. Whew. Okay. Alright, so I got on here to talk about my walk with God. And okay. I haven't been doing the reading because I don't have my cards with me. I still haven't left yet from the blast I had the other night, honey. But I will be back where my cards are eventually. Oh God, I got so much I wanted to do. So much I want to do. I'm actually going to take sport class. Remember I told y'all I want to do it. I was like, why not? They doing it for free. Why not? So, all right. Let me get it together. So my walk. Go ahead, little boogeyman. Go. There you go. All right. My experience with walking with God has been a very challenging one. Number one, okay. It's not easy, and a lot of people, when I tell them, like I was telling my best friend all of the shit I've been through, showing her the scars on my body and stuff like that, and she was like, "Bitch, I didn't know." And I was like, yeah, a lot of people don't know the shit I've been through. Hello, welcome to my live. A lot of people don't know the shit I've been through. They just see, this girl on the live, talking, smiling, being herself. But the battles that I have went through are aplenty, okay, throughout my entire life. And I'm still standing. I'm still stronger than ever. I will continue to stand till the Most High God calls me home. And I will just keep on persevering. I'm going to go ahead and turn off let me see if I can turn off the chat from this thing. 1 second, y'all. All right. Turned off the chat because I can't pay attention to the chat, number one, because I'm driving. Number two, I don't want to be distracted, okay? But hello to everyone that comes into the chat. I've told my story many times. I've been through every damn thing. I feel like a person could possibly go through. I'm quite sure I haven't went through everything in the world. Through a whole lot of shit battles, okay? like what her name was, G.I. Jane and this bitch, okay? But I still stand because of God.
In 3/4 of a mile, keep right toward I-45 South.
I continue to focus on God, but the walk with God has not been easy. But when I started really getting close to the Most High God, once I literally, the first time I actually heard God's voice outside of me, because I always hear him inside me, he's become me in the sense that, but the first time I heard the Most God, it literally felt like it was coming from the sky. Literally, like it was a voice. It wasn't like inside of me, it wasn't in my head. It literally, I was like, God? I was like, God?
Keep right toward
I was just like,
South.
Whoa. And it's so crazy because when I heard God's voice, I can tell just through God's voice that God was very
turn left on Gulf Freeway.
Intelligent in a way that I would not be able to verbally express it, but it's a knowing that God puts inside of his kids that you just, it, you understand it, but to verbalize it, to make other people who haven't experienced it, you be able to express it. You would be able to find the minimum words, or even if you had an extensive vocabulary, you wouldn't be able to express the intelligence that God has. It's like a seed he puts in you, and but for you to tell it to someone, it's beyond the English or Latino or whatever language you speak.
Turn
it's beyond
left on Gulf Freeway.
It's a knowing. The knowing is the intelligence of God, meaning to know it, to experience it is to know the intelligence of God, not to really express the intelligence of God. That makes sense. When you get it, when you talk to God, when you have that experience of however God communicates with you, you just know. Okay. I think the thing that really draw me to God was
in 1/2 mile.
When I had my awakening.
On the left,
I had met my
South.
Let me back up a little bit. How can I express this? So I feel like I was already having an awakening before my faith flame came into my life.
South.
And because I was going through dealing with my mom's death. And I tried to allow myself to grieve her death. But when I actually allowed myself to feel it, I felt like it was horrible. Like I never felt that type of grief in my life. I've never experienced that type of feeling
toward FM 646
in my life. And when I laid there and I started like trying to, allow my brain to connect the fact that my mama is gone and what happened and register that and all of the things, it was very hard for me to like process. But the feeling that I felt, I feel like I couldn't deal with it. I just could not deal with it. The grief that I felt, it felt like if I allowed myself to slip into this grieving process, that I possibly would not get up and live. I felt like I would not be the partner, because I was married at the time to my ex-wife. We were going through the separation within the house, and then my faith flame came into that situation, which I've already talked about all that on here, so y'all have to go back. But I really believe my mother's death actually helped me to awaken, because I felt like I've been reading the Bible, God. I've been to churches, I've been to many denomination, non-denomination, all of these different things, and I still don't feel like this is enough for me. I don't feel the connection with you. I don't understand life. I don't understand why I'm here. I don't understand any of this. I don't understand why would you allow someone to take my mother's life. Like I was like not understanding anything. I was just like, Lord, if this is it, then just take me up out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm done with this world. I'm like, I'm just done because I'm not growing. I'm not learning. I'm not anywhere closer to you. The only thing that I learned about Christianity at the time that I was, a Christian is that they're judgy. They persecute people, and no one is perfect. They read parts of the Bible, and it's not everybody that's Christian, but
Take
the ones
exit
that I
20
met,
on the right
the ones
toward
that I
FM
met,
646.
they persecute people. From my experience, when I tell them about a pastor, what the pastor did, X, Y, Z, they say, "Oh, he just a man," but then they persecute me for liking women. I'm just like, this cannot be you. This is not it. I don't feel fulfilled. I feel empty on the inside. I had enough.
In 1 mile, turn right on FM 646.
And so, hold on, y'all. Let's see. I had enough. And so I was just like, Lord, just take me. Because, I really just go where my mom is. And I remember my mom telling me when she was alive that she was afraid to pass away. She was afraid to die. And I was at the time, because I was nowhere near I am on the level that I am spiritually and the way I'm connected to the Most High God and my growth, I was afraid to die. And when my mama passed away, I feel like she had given me the strength that if she could be strong enough, I know this might sound weird, but if she could be strong enough to pass away, then I can be strong enough to pass away, because I was done. And I asked God, was this it? And literally it's like the next day, because I was slipping into a very deep depression, a very, very deep depression, because when you grieving, it brings all these different things to you. That was the most horrible feeling I've ever felt in my life. And I did not allow myself to go into that stage of grief. I did not, because I felt what that was going to do to me and for my life. And so I woke up the next day, and I literally heard God say, what did he say? I think he called me by my biological name, Keisha. And then he started talking to me, because I was like, God, he's coming from like the sky, like literally. And I'm like, God, and he started talking to me, and he was telling me within, like, I would say within 2 days, he talked to me from outside of me. And he told me that my name was Just. And then I said, Just? And he said, yes. I said, I don't understand, but my name is Keisha. He said, that's my flesh name, my body name, the name that my parents gave me. He said, but he named me Just. He said, your soul's name is Just. And then I said, Lord, why just? And he said, you just are. You just are kind. You just are beautiful. You just are. You just are love. And when he told me that, that's why I changed my name. So my last name is Love. So that's why I always refer to myself as Just Love. Because I literally went and found a last name that's African, actually, that means love. And I was like, Lord, I'm going to get teased. I'm going to get teased with that name. And he showed me that he gave me that because within the teasing, it was going to make me stronger. It was going to make me appreciate my soul's name. It was going to make me appreciate being strong and standing up for myself, loving who I am, my name, and understanding who gave it to me and how special that is. And so I did get teased, I got teased. People,
turn left on Shore Landing Lane, then turn left.
Just Kool-Aid, just this, just that. And I just was looking at them, and God was like, see, this is the ignorance of people. He was like teaching me through that. He's like, these are people whose mindset that is not elevated.
Turn left.
And when he said that, I was like,
turn right.
I was like, they just teasing, they just ignorant. He's like, yeah. He's like, but watch. So as I kept journeying along, there were people who actually literally just got my name. Literally. Like, and I remember meeting this lady. She was like, oh, but God. When I told her my first name, she said, oh, but God. And I looked at her, and she was like, ooh, glory, you blessed. And I was like, wow. somehow,
Turn right
that
on
made me
Morning Pond
understand
Lane.
the people that's gonna get it are gonna get it. And the people that are ignorant and they're not mature, they're emotionally not mature, no matter how old they are, they're gonna say things like that because that is their mindset. That is how they think. That's the way they are. And God was showing me the
Arriving at
difference.
2888 Morning Pond
There were
Lane
people I
on
didn't
the
even have
left.
to give a story to. Just when I told them my name, they just got it. Like it just clicked. Wait, hold on, y'all. I gotta drop this package, y'all. Which one is it? It's. I hope it don't go off, but let's see. I have to slide screen. All right, I'm back, y'all. Sorry about that. 1 second. What was it?
Turn left on Bending Brook Lane, then turn right.
That's right. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I have to put my uniform on, so I had to keep on doing all that. But anyway, so God told me that, and as I like parts of the Bible, God would show me like how He changed a lot of His chosen children, and I felt so special because I was like, He changed Simon's name to, I think it was Peter. And throughout the Bible, it was talking about the different names that God changed him to. So I was just
right
like, wow.
Shore Landing Lane.
I was just like, wow, like I'm really chosen up in this piece. You know what I mean? And so anyway, as the journey went on, this was my journey when I experienced the awakening. I didn't even know what an awakening was at first. I used to be around people, and then people started talking to me about Israelites and all that. And I was so confused, but even though I knew like things about the Bible, but I was just confused about the way they were speaking on it. Like the way they were saying like, go ahead. It was saying like, stay woke. Stay woke and talking about the Israelites and stuff like that. And there was a whole community or church or whatever that are Israelites, and I was just like so confused. I was like, what? And so I remember this guy I met, and he was talking to me a whole bunch of stuff, and he was talking about, the white man is the devil and this and that, and I'm just listening. I'm just like, okay. And then he was talking, and he was like, wait, sister, you ain't woke? And I was like, huh? Woke? What kind of woke? I think I'm talking. I didn't get it. I was like, what? I didn't know it was actually a thing. It was an experience. So I remember him. I was supposed to do his dreads because I used to dread people's hair, and I remember him something happened, he couldn't come, so I was like, okay, well, good, I ain't gonna do it because I don't even know if I want him in my home now and all of this, because he's starting to seem a little weird or whatever. So I remember him calling me, talking about, didn't you say you stay such and such and such and such and such? And I'm like, I ain't never tell this nigga where I stayed, and I was like, and God was like, they was gonna try to capture me, to convince me to go the way that they believe. Thank God I dodged the bullet. Long story short, so when I started going to work and stuff like that, I was working at the time for DoorDash. I don't think I had started working for Amazon. This was about, my awakening has been now about almost 9 years now. Almost 9 years. And I started going outside, and God just like made me aware of life. He started saying, did you see those beautiful flowers to the right? And then I started looking, I'm like, wow, they look so different to me. They radiate. They were so beautiful. It wasn't just some flowers that every now and then you pay attention to, or, oh, those are pretty. Like you really got, it's like you're your awakening really got tuned into that thing. You know what I mean? Like it was just, you really appreciated how beautiful they were. You know, you really saw how radiant they were, the colors. You really saw the grass and the soil that it was planted in. You really start appreciating the beauty that they are, to just be able to walk by them, you know, to be able to look at something that could put a smile on your face, or something that you can, you know, admire or appreciate, you know. Whereas every now and then we might just walk by flowers or whatever, we don't really look at it, we don't really give it, you know, the due diligence that it deserves. But when you're awakening, everything kind of just zooms, you know. You start appreciating, you know, in the beginning. I mean, I say you don't appreciate it then later, but like in the beginning, be more. That's the best way I can say it. It's more tuned, fine tuning, more zoomed in. But it's like, whereas if I got out the car right now and the wind hit me, I probably wouldn't take the moment to stop and appreciate the wind. As then when I started my awakening with God, I literally took those moments and appreciated the wind. I allowed the wind to touch me, feel the wind, feel the presence of the wind, feel how the wind made me feel it on my skin, know that it's all God. God started doing stuff like the trees would like move in a majestic like way, and I was noticing that like they would move real mysterious and magical, like it was so deep. And within that, God would pour love into me. It's like everything around me was just like kind of like just zooming in, you know what I mean, like just loving me. Everything that God created was just like loving me back. It was like God showing me that I'm love and everything around you is love, and I'm going to extend this love to you in everything that I am and everything that is. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. I'll be right back on here. I'm going to reconnect when I come back. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see here. Let's see here. Next. All right, I'm back, y'all. It's gonna go in and out like that because I have to scan everything in on my phone, so it's gonna go reconnect and go back. But everything zoomed in, and it was just, it was so amazing, and I felt this peace. I learned about the dark night, which I learned how to like get over depression through Dark Night of Shadow, understanding it. And I want to give my ex this much credit. I think she was the one who brought that up. I don't know where she had found that at, but she brought it up, and I started reading up on it. Turn left and Turner Fields Lane. Every time I would feel depression, I would ask the Dark Night of the Shadow, what is it that you're trying to tell me? That I'm realize that what's inside, I will heal it, and the depression will go away. It will go away. I'm serious. Like I literally kept practicing that, and then I got off into meditation, understanding what's the purpose of meditation and how it can help me. And then when I saw this meditation where she explained how when the thoughts come to your mind, because she explained that, and God was talking to me at the same time. It was so crazy because it was like God set everything up the way He wanted me to experience it so that I can understand it in a whole. So the way she explained it was, when I meditate, close my eyes, and whatever thoughts come to my mind, see those thoughts, because your eyes are closed. See those thoughts, see the negative thoughts, whether it's good or bad. See them, acknowledge them, and allow them to go into that what I call a void or gray space, that dark space in between here and, you know, yeah, here and here, but allow it to go, you know, to fade away out there into the void, into the darkness. And so I kept doing that because at the time again, I didn't know anything about this, so I had all these negative thoughts coming through my head, just constantly. My head used to feel like it was gonna bust open sometimes. It was just so much negativity, so much negativity. But now I know I was being, somebody was doing spell work on me, so there was, I didn't even know how to defend myself. I didn't even know what was going on, so I was constantly being attacked, thinking all of this was me. But behind the scenes, you got this cult that's doing black magic and spell work on me, trying to cause me to go crazy. But I thank God that God was always going to awaken me to the way, the truth, and the light. And so, but I started practicing that, and then once I continued to practice that, and I watched the negativity come right here, and I acknowledged it, and then I allowed it to wither away, and I kept doing it. So then God started working with me with the voices, and He was like, "Okay, close your eyes and listen to the voices, and I want you to distinguish the voices that you hear." And so I'm listening to the voices, and then I hear like a bad voice, well, I hear a voice that says, "You a bad person," whatever the voice said. And then I felt I got hurt by it. And then I was just like, "God, is that you?" And then I waited a minute because I didn't hear it then. And then I heard a laugh. And then it was the devil. God was teaching me his voice and the devil's voice. And then I heard a third voice. And then I was like, "Is that me?" And He said, "Yes, my child." He said, "There's the devil, there's me, and there's you." He's like, "I want you to learn me." Because the devil is going to try to pretend like it's me that's telling you these things, but it's really the devil, which, again, I explained to y'all what I feel about what God is. And so I kept dealing with the negative thoughts, and every time I would deal with the negative thoughts, I would acknowledge them, I would face them, and I would allow them to go away. Every time I would hear something negative, I would sit with it, and I'd be like, "That's not you, God, that's the devil." He's like, "Correct." And then there'll be moments where there's something that come in and it didn't sound like the devil, it didn't sound like God. Said, "That's me." He said, "Correct." And then when I would talk to Him, I'd be like, "God, that's you, hello?" It was so light. It was very, very still, but very like a whisper. I'm like, "God, can you speak up? Hello? Hello? Okay? Can you speak up, Lord? Okay?" And so I went through that, and as I kept on practicing that meditation, literally, I experienced peace. I can go into peace very fast than way back then. God started giving me peace. Those thoughts, they started leaving. The devil couldn't even mess with my mind anymore. The only way the devil can attack me now is outside of me. He cannot attack me inside of me anymore. He can't come in my mind and attack me mentally. But he tries to attack me with the gang stalking and all of the other bullshit, right? But I noticed he can't fuck with this no more. He's not in there anymore. He can't fuck with the inside of me. And so God gives me peace, all the time through all those practices that I've done. God gives me peace, and I use the word, even though I realized, as a Christian, when I was a Christian, a lot of the things that I was being taught in the church was incorrect. Things that they were teaching, the way it's interpreted. That's why I say it's always important to go to God for God's interpretation. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're questioning what this mean, what that mean. You're asking a human being when you have God, the one who is the one who wants you to understand what the word means. So when I would go to God, and God would actually tell me, and it would be something totally different than what these pastors and all that stuff, was saying. And it would make so much more sense to me. So I use a lot of the word with a lot of people on here, because I do know that some people do read the Bible, and it's not that I'm oblivious to the Bible, because I know a lot of the word. And even when I don't know some of the word, God will tell me anyway what He wants me to say, or what's important to Him in that moment, or what's important that He wants me to tell the people. But it's God's interpretation of some of the word that He said. It's nothing like what people tell you. It's nothing like God is very metaphoric. Like God can be very literal, but He is very metaphoric, you know what I'm saying, in the word. Whereas people are reading the word like as if it's just plain English, ask and it shall be given, knock and the door, door shall be open. Yes, sometimes to the literal sense of that word, but it goes beyond that. It goes beyond just knock and the door shall be open, seek you shall find. Like, God will tell you what the seeking about. God will tell you, like, he'll get more in depth into what you understand, just those regular words. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for you to go to the Most High God and spend time with the Most High God, so that you can understand the Most High God, so that you'll know that you're doing the right walk and you're, on the right path. But as the walk went along, the shit got hard. And at one point, I just was like, God don't like me. He don't like me. Because I'm like, I done been through rape, molestation, I done almost drowned, I done been stabbed, I put guns to my head, my mom was schizophrenic, my dad was abusive, one of my siblings got sent over here, he was mad because he got sent over here to go stay with my dad put his hands on my brother thought that we was happy, he left his, it was just, my family ain't treating us right, I'm growing up in this family who, think dark-skinned people are evil. I mean, like, it was just, the family don't love me, show me no love, treat me like shit. I mean, it was just on and on and on, got stabbed. It was just on and on, continuous of just fucking hardship in my life. And I'm like, nah, I'm on a spiritual journey thinking, like, my life is gonna be, like, so much better, like, now, because now I'm connected to God, and this and that. This shit got harder. It got harder, but the difference that I know that the weapons was not forming against me. That's what I know is the difference. Whereas when I wasn't awake, and I got stabbed, I got this, I got that, I went through this, I went that, and do I believe that I was supposed to go through those things? Absolutely, because how would I be able to tell any of y'all how I got over? How would I be able to be relatable if you said to me and you knew me, or you came to me, or we met one day and I was on stage as a motivational speaker or whatever I was bringing to the community, and you was like, I've been raped. How can I understand what you've been through if I never been through it? How can I understand, about being on drugs or doing drugs or partying or, having a sex demon on you or being possessed by a demon or raising a child or any of that? How would I be able to get on here and talk to y'all about any damn thing if I ain't went through hell and back? How? What am I bringing to you? What, just talking? Is just to hear me talk? No, I'm not here just to talk. I'm here to enlighten. I'm here to teach. I'm here to help you understand that you're not alone. I'm here to help you understand that I have been through those things, and look at me. I'm getting over it. I'm overcoming. I'm overcoming, and I'm overcoming, and I'm overcoming. And I'm not going to say the obvious, but if you know that if you know what I'm talking about, you know. I'm not going to say the obvious, that the blessings that God has given me, but if you know, you know. You understand? So I'm saying, like, the walk with God it has not been easy. And I done cussed God out. I'm gonna tell y'all the damn honest truth. I done cussed God out. Cussed him out, cussed him fuck out. One time I cussed him out, I was so goddamn scared after I cussed him out. I was just waiting for to get my ass whooped. I was terrified. And he did punish me. He did. And my ancestors got mad. It was more, I'm gonna tell you, it was more my ancestors that punished me than it was God. And I got mad with my ancestors because I was like, how y'all want me to do all this shit? And I'm down here, fighting the battles for my own damn karma. And I'm up here trying to heal the damn bloodline. Y'all trying to check me because I'm cussing God out. I need to relieve this shit up off of me. I'm fucking going through it, And so God actually stepped in that conversation. He said, she's right. I had already got punished. I already had got punished though, but God was like, she right. She's trying to explain to y'all this is how she relieves the stress that she's going through. She ain't out here killing nobody. She ain't out here doing this. She's out, it's like, what do y'all want her to do? And although I don't appreciate the disrespect, this is what God's telling me, I understand it. And so me and God talked about, I said, God, if you could just allow me to just be able to release the shit, cuss, and be able to just, because he didn't have a problem with me cussing. It was more me cussing him out, okay? But now he cool with it. And the crazy thing, now he cool with it. I don't cuss him out. It's like, you didn't give me the okay, but now I don't cuss him out because it's like, I want God to understand, like, to remember how it feels to be in the flesh body, how you feel the pain. You know, it's not like I told my ancestors, I was like, y'all up in there in your spirit.
Exit 12.
You know, y'all in your
Right.
spirit, y'all ain't
Toward
got to be
FM
living in this, you know,
1765.
dense ass world. You ain't got to be down here suffering from pain and strife and trying to, you know, make ends meet. You ain't got to be dealing with that. Do any of y'all remember that shit, or have y'all forgotten about how hard it is to be a human, you know? And so as we went along, we started getting an understanding, you know, like, this is, if y'all want me to walk this motherfucking walk, y'all gonna let me be me. And if I cuss God out, let God punish me. Y'all don't check me on that shit. I told him, y'all don't check me on that shit. Let God check me on that shit, you know. So I found out at some point I had one of my ancestors was actually a betrayer on my journey in the spiritual realm. They got rid of her motherfucking ass. This motherfucker was doing shit, causing shit on the other side to come up against me, acting like she, you know, was on my side. So it's been a lot of shit. It's been shit where they done made mistakes. I'm like, how y'all make mistakes? Look, ancestors, y'all got my back of your down. What you fucking up there? You fucking up. And my soul was the one who told me that, because I looked at God and said, God, so you telling me I didn't sit up here and did beyond my contract that I signed with you? You telling me I did more than what I was supposed to do? And God did this whole thing like, I was like, see, that's not right, God. I said, that right there. I said, that's not right. I said, that's not right. And I said, had my soul not told me, y'all wouldn't have never said nothing about it. I said, now why would y'all tell me that? And God said he was like, he was just so impressed by.
In 1/2 mile, keep left to I-45 north.
I think, hold on. Is this what y'all telling me wrong? Okay. He was so impressed by me being able to overcome so much stuff that
turn left
his expectation of me wasn't even to overcome a lot of the things that I had overcome. And I was like, well, just because I overcame something, that don't mean that you should give me more because I overcame. You know, I was like, how is that right? I was like, that's not right, you know? And God said, it's not right, you know, and I'm gonna bless you abundantly for that, you know. And then I was waiting, like, where my blessing at? Where's that, Lord? Where my blessing? Where's that? I've been through hell and back. I did way beyond. North. You didn't told me I did way beyond. Y'all told me y'all gave me extra. Y'all told me y'all sending me battles after battles, allowed the devil to attack me, because you was even impressed that I was able to get through some of these battles that you didn't have any type of expectation for me to get through, because a lot of people ain't got through them, but I'm still up here like, Lord, struggling, right? You know, and the place that I stayed, why is it so much construction? How y'all want me to get over here? Y'all want me to fly over the bridge? My God, how you want me to get on the other side, Jesus? Do they want me to fly over the bridge? Okay. So anyway, I'm just like, you know, that it's not right. So when I moved to Colorado, I've said this in my other videos, and this is all my walk with God. Me and God talking. Me and God got my back all day.
On Kirby Drive.
I'm not going backwards, ma'am. I can't go backwards because it's blocked off, baby. I need you to make me. I need to go up here and make a loop. Okay, I'll do the human stuff. So keep on getting distracted. So my walk with God, I was like, where are my blessings at? So God was the one who actually literally led me to the apartments that I lived in Colorado. He had already told me I was gonna move to Colorado. If y'all saw my other videos, I went to Colorado for Christmas one year because I love the mountains. Fucking love mountains, water, and beaches.
Take the ramp on the left
and
to I-45
I went there just to go somewhere different for Christmas. And so I didn't know that that's where I was gonna actually end up moving to one day. So then God told me, he's like, I want you to move to Colorado. And I was like, well, okay, yeah, I'm down for it, because I will pick my shit up and go. I love a good adventure, okay? I love a good adventure. As long as I can have somewhere to motherfucking stay, honey, bring me on the adventure.
Take the ramp. Let's go.
That's my, where we going? Well, we want to see something magical. Right. What are we doing? Because I'm ready, okay? I'm gonna need y'all to let me make a U-turn. Why is we getting back up on this interstate? Anyway, so I'm looking for apartments in
Take
Colorado,
exit
some I can
10 on
afford,
the right
XYZ.
toward FM 519,
And
then keep left.
this apartment just popped up on my, I don't know if it was on my, I don't know, like it was sent to my email. It was some kind of way, it was weird. And I knew it was God because the numbers on the apartment was 3333. Okay, I was like, this God all the way. And I was grateful because God had let me get this apartment. It was 2 months free. It ended up being 3 months free because they kept fucking my shit up. Even before I got there, kept fucking my shit up. I could tell when
Keep
somebody
left
had
on
got in their
Gulf
ear
Freeway,
on
then
the
take the
journey
ramp
because
on
while
the
I was
left.
staying there, which the apartment that I was staying there, I loved it. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. You could sit by the kitchen and see the mountain, which y'all go back, y'all could see all of that. And it was perfect for me. I was like, oh my God and my ancestors picked out my personality, my style of apartment and everything. And I was so grateful for like just experiencing them showing me, we know you, we know what you like, we know your taste and stuff like that. And I was okay with the leasing office people, I was cool with it. All of a sudden, they just started switching up on me. I was like, somebody that got to them. And I started learning
Take the
about
ramp on the left
the
to
gang stalking and
I-45
shit
North.
like that. I ain't getting back up there. I'm gonna stay right here on this ground because y'all got shit cut off. I started learning about the gang stalking and all of that shit, and I was just like, every time I go outside, they would have somebody with black on, stand in the street, coming to where I was, looking at me crazy. I had started learning, and then the leasing agent was like, started acting funny with me. My rent was at the time when I moved there was 1,500, and I knew this was illegal because I went to school for property management. I even brought somebody to fucking court and won from learning it. I got a scholarship for going, to school for property management by essay that I wrote. And then
in 2.25 miles,
in the
turn
midst
right
of my
on
lease,
Skyline
my shit went
Drive.
from 15,000 to 18,000 to 19,000. I was like, oh yeah, somebody that got to these motherfuckers. Somebody have gotten to these motherfuckers. This shit, first of all, it's not right. It's not right. You can't raise nobody rent up in the middle of a lease where it literally has legal binded information on it, and they kept doing fuck shit that I had to keep on going. I'm like, no, this is not what the lease. I had to keep on going to the lease on them, and at the end of the day, it was a whole bunch of shit. I don't even want to go into the shit that they try to do at the end, but I realized that there are people in higher places, like the people that I'm dealing with right now, that constantly fuck with me. These corrupted people and stuff like that who've been fucking with my life. I'm just more awakened to the shit now that causes things in my life. Go into these businesses and places and say, oh, treat her like that. Call her, call them and say, oh, this person's coming in there, raise the price, fuck up this or fuck up that, or give them this fucked up thing, and because God also tells me that's just like God revealed to me today somebody that was on my chat the other day that made a comment. I'm not going to say who because I know that they're going to come back and look at my chat again, and I don't want them to know that I fucking know. But there was somebody who made a comment the other day, and God literally showed me who the person was who made the comment in reality. And it's so crazy because I wasn't even thinking about it at first. It was like God had me to say something out my mouth, and then I got in my car, and then he gave it to me. He gave me the revelation. I say, oh my God, are you serious, God? He said, that's the person who said that in your chat. I say, so a lot of these motherfuckers be right around me. Yes. Smiling in your fucking face, stalking the fuck out you. They be right the fuck around you, and they get on your chat and say the shit because they feel like they can do all this because again, people feel like they're more in power when they feel like they can say shit behind your back or behind a screen. They would never be bold enough to come in your face and say that because first of all, they don't know what kind of person you are. They don't know if you're scary or if you can fight or whatever. But God know who the fuck I am. I know who the fuck I am, right? And some of these people might have got a little whiff of who I am, a lot of people may look at me and think, oh, she can't do this, she can't do that, do this or whatever, because I'm smaller now. I was 278 fucking pounds. I still feel like I'm 278 pounds. That same strength I have, I know I still got it, because one of my partners that was my partners, I dapped this nigga off. This nigga like 200 or something, kind of chubby, but now he got muscles. I dabbed that nigga off and pulled him to me. He said, oh, bitch, you fucking strong. Nigga, you strong. I say, yeah, I told you I was strong like a man. And then it just let me know it don't have nothing to do with me losing weight. That strength I still have is in me. Okay? That strength is still in me. You know, but I think people, you know, take you for face value, meaning they look at you and they like, oh, you look like somebody I could push over. You know, you look like somebody I could beat up, and then they be the ones that get their ass motherfucking whipped, fucking around with people who they think weak. You know, God be wanting people, his children, to look like you blow the wind and they fall, or you throw something they start fucking crying. When them the ones, the quiet ones, the ones who don't fuck with nobody, the ones who look like they can't do shit, be the ones that'll tear your motherfucking ass from here to motherfucking New York, fucking around with them. That's why they say don't fuck with quiet people. And I don't fuck with nobody. I be chilling. But in my mind, baby, the mind I got is couldn't even explain it to you. I just know my mind is fucking expensive. My mind be peeping out shit before it even fucking happened. My intuition be going out before something even happened. I be seeing shit, how shit gonna pan out before it even fucking happened. Okay? I see motherfuckers coming before they even come. You know what I'm saying? I be seeing shit where what people they thinking about doing that I already know they gonna do, so I be on it. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Okay, what the apartments? All right, y'all. I'm back. Hold on. Nope, that's not it. All right, I'm back. Sorry, this is the only way I'm able to talk to y'all today because I'm being busy today, so I haven't had a chance to have a moment where I could get on here without working. So I'm trying to still do what God could do and do what I need to do, you know, for myself. So this is the only way I can do this right now. Okay, but God help me, where was I? What was I talking about? Because my brain literally went completely blank. It went completely blank. Lord, what was I talking about? Jesus. Okay, I don't know. I really don't know where I left off, but ooh, that's a big ass hump. I really don't know where I left off. I know I already talked about ancestors and stuff. Okay, so anyway, just continue telling you about the journey. My point: the walk with God is not easy. The walk with God is very difficult, but when you form a relationship with God, those obstacles that you go through, I'm not going to say they'll be less easier in the sense of you going through them, but whereas, oh, God said, you were talking about how he'll show you people. I could see where it comes, my intuition, and you know, I can see it all mapped out my brain, how expansive my brain is. Thank you, God. Well, thank you for having my back. Well, let's go back to that. And I was talking about how y'all, some people be thinking that, you know, God's children are pushovers and, you know, you can do this and do that to them and stuff like that. But, you know, if you could think about some of the evil
Two-way
stuff,
stop ahead.
if
Cross
you are
traffic
an evil
doesn't
person
stop.
on my channel, you know that I've been through what I've been through because you was the one that helped put me through. Then you know this shit, that shit I've been through is real because you were the one who did it, right? Y'all be thinking that God's children is so weak. Y'all really be thinking that God's children is so weak. Do you not know that you're actually weak because you have to do this shit behind the scenes? And half of y'all who hate on God's children and do this stuff behind the scenes is because you're actually haters. And you're the one who's scared because anybody who had a problem with somebody, had an issue with somebody, would come to them and say, I got an issue with you because that's up. But y'all don't even know half of us. Y'all just find something about us that y'all don't like and start fucking attacking us. Hold on. Attacking us and all that shit. Anyway.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right onto Century Boulevard.
The way to get through this journey, y'all, is always to connect with the Most High God. Okay? Always to connect with the Most High God through this journey. Yes, God is going to allow the devil to have. It is not a punishment. It's going to feel like a punishment. It's going to feel like a punishment because you know that God could just demolish these motherfuckers, right? God allows it to, for one, to show the devil and his kids how strong you really are. 2, they fucked up and found out. 3, that resilience that you're going to gain from being attacked by the devil so much is going to be your power. Literally, you're turning pain into power. You're learning how to turn pain into power. You're going to go through so much pain where there's going to be pain that comes to you where it's going to be like picking up a piece of trash and throwing it in the trash can like whatever, like it's nothing. Because I've been through this. I felt this before. I know what this is. Okay? Oh, y'all.
At the traffic light, turn right onto Century Boulevard.
Turn right. Okay? So, whereas if you did not have God, you walk in, you trying to get through life like me. I got stabbed. The weapon formed in a sense of actual thing. It didn't completely form because I felt like somebody was praying for me. My grandfather, somebody was praying for me before I awakened and got my shit together. But I could have died, but I didn't. I could have died, but I didn't. Do I believe there could have possibly been some of my karma? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've paid my karma. I paid my debt to God. Okay? So, and I tell you this much, when you chosen, you can go through shit where you go, let's just say you have a fight with somebody and you beat the fuck out them and you had a black eye. When you go through your karma, God ain't gonna make it equal. He gonna let them whip your motherfucking ass. You gonna be like, well damn, I just gave him a black eye. And you gonna come with a fucking broken arm and shit and all of that. You know, you might win the fight, but the way you look, you might have just hit them in the black. You gave him a black eye, your shit gonna be all fucked up. And you gonna be like, why the fuck? I don't understand, God. I'm paying my karma, but I didn't break their arm and all of that. I gave him a black eye. You got my whole fucking arm fucked up and got this and that and scratches and cuts and all that, bruises and beating and damn. Because it's like God saying, I want you to know better. I want you to know better than better. I want you to know it's not about the fact that you gave this person a black eye. Now you got a fucked up arm, a scratch and all that. I want you to know you ain't even got to be doing it out here. You ain't even got to be doing it out there. So I'm going to let you get this good ass whipping so you can learn that you ain't even got to be doing it out here. Now, granted, God ain't going to let you, I ain't going to say that he ain't going to let none of y'all lose the fight. If this ever happened to y'all, okay? I feel like God is justified in the way he do things. If he feel like I ain't did nobody nothing and this motherfucker come and jump me and fuck me up, punch me out of that, God will help you win that motherfucking fight. Especially he like, wait, I did not say leave my motherfucking child alone. And now you coming
Multiple
for my
two-way
child?
stops ahead.
Oh, man.
Cross traffic doesn't stop.
Your fucking ancestors, they'll take your whole body. you know, motherfuckers who know how to really fight, they'll put their spirit in your shit and they'll whoop a motherfucker. They're like, oh, I've been waiting with this bitch. Let me jump in you. Let me jump in you real quick. Let me have this fight. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me see where the hell this thing said go. Let me jump in you. Let me jump in you. Let me have this fight, you know. And I do believe that God, he's balanced. He's justified in his actions, you know, and you be to whip somebody ass because they came for you and you never done them nothing. And you going to God, you like, God, I ain't even did this person. Why they even coming over here trying to on me doing this, doing this, da, 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 da.
Turn left,
you know,
then in 250 feet turn right.
God will let you tear they motherfucking ass up. I mean, tear it up. Now, if you go around just being a fucking bully, which God gonna give you so many ass whip, especially if you chosen and you
at the stop sign, turn right onto Deucin Lane.
And you done started this walk and you should know fucking better. You just going around being a fucking bully people and hit on people and all that. Now, first of all, oh my God, the ass whipping you gonna get.
In a quarter mile, turn left.
The ass whipping you're going to get for not doing better and knowing better, you're gonna wish that you just went on ahead and let God, I don't know, I can't say let God do something to you because the shit God be doing, it be worse than the fight. You fuck with your soul, your life, your everything. He'd be like, oh, I'm gonna take this way and that, and
turn
this,
left,
and bitch, I'm gonna whip your ass in the spirit, bitch. I'm gonna give you all that, and you be like,
in 300 feet, turn left onto Discovery Lane.
I don't want no more, Lord. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah,
at the stop sign, turn left onto Discovery Lane. Then in 100 feet, arrive at the destination on your left.
The enemy came up against you, and it wasn't justifiable. You win that motherfucking fight. You bite him your ear, you beat that bitch ass. You
head west on Discovery Lane. Multiple two-way stops ahead. Stop. Cross traffic doesn't stop.
You fight until I say fucking stop, you know. Yeah, and I'm just being 100 because sometimes God feel like, now I didn't raise my child to be better and do different and turn from their ways. Now my child, and I told you leave my child alone. I done told you, you send your fucking demons to come up here and mess with my child. Your God said, go ahead, fight them. And baby, God will give you so motherfucking much strength, you'll look at yourself and look back at that person like, damn.
Head south, then in 200 feet make a U-turn.
Hold on, y'all. What the ass up? Nah, you never touch me no more. I tell my daddy. Hold on, y'all. All right, let's see. All right, y'all. I am back. I am back. Sorry about that. I just went on ahead and did finish up my raw so I can kind of give y'all more of my undivided attention because I ain't want to keep on, hold on, wait, reconnect, you know, all of that stuff. I wanted y'all to have my attention. Let me gather myself. Let me get my little drink. Okay, let me get my little drink. Let me get my drink.
In 1/4 mile, keep right to Texas 96 East.
I think I got it from here. Just turn this off. Sometimes she don't want to turn it off though. Okay, I'm almost there, y'all. Let me open up my little stuff. There we go. I'm good now. All right, back to the walk. walk. Man, what can I say, y'all? you find that you'll lose your family members. Okay. Um, I can't say I'm grateful that I had before my journey, I kind of like separated myself from my family. That definitely made it easier for me, because I did not know that in the future, of course, that I wasn't going to even be talking to my family members, right? But because I had already pretty much disconnected from them a lot, other than like my siblings, I would make sure that I try to, stay in touch with them. And then before I went to Colorado, God had revealed to me about the Masons and family members being a part of the Masons, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And I had to find out what the Mason is, what they represent. And I looked up some stuff, and some stuff I'm just like, how can these people, like, if I wasn't awakened, I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. If I wasn't awakened and I looked at, what Eastern stars are, I would have been like, oh, they're prestigious, and they seem like they're intelligent, and they seem like they're upstanding and upright, and very sophisticated women and all that. And after going through all the things that I've been through, I definitely don't look at it like that. I definitely don't. And for my ex to slip up and say that she was an Eastern Star, I was like, thank you, God. I'm gonna tell you, God will have you on this journey where He'll put you around people, and they'll be telling you the truth. They don't even know they're telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. That people will be around you. That's your enemy, and you trying to figure out who your enemy is. And God will have you around these people, and they'll start speaking the truth out their mouth, and you can go back and ask them later. They don't even remember saying it sometimes. Sometimes they do. That's what God will do. He'll make them say it without them even being aware that they actually speaking it. And if I said verbatimly what she said, she said, well, I went out for Easter Star. Why are you just telling me this? So God will confirm shit in your life. And the one thing that I know that a lot of people around me were trying to do is try to project on to me that I'm mentally ill or I'm mentally crazy. And after God started revealing to me that the things that the intuition that God gave me, and things that I was aware of, and things that I was saying before I was awakened was true. And God told me, don't you ever let nobody ever tell you that you crazy again. After He confirmed it in reality, oh, bitch, you can't tell me nothing. Bitch, if I did, if the sky was motherfucking purple and God told me it was motherfucking blue, bitch, it's gonna be blue. Okay? You can't tell me nothing. What's God told me that? Don't I never let nobody do that to me again? Oh shit. I ain't gonna let nobody never tell me I'm crazy again, never. But on this journey, y'all, you will find that people like that gotta pull over and get on their phone and check in to make sure that they just saw you going down the street and what time it is and where you at. I'm sorry, I just had to say that because I saw the guy do it. He literally saw me pulled over on the side of what they call it's not the neutral ground. It's not neutral ground. It's just the side of the street. And got on his phone and started texting. She's going north, headed towards such and such. I see her. Anyway, so yeah, no, they really do that. You'll find that shit is true, and you'll find that a whole lot of shit that you never thought of could be true is true. You'll find that things that you read about, you saw on television, or you thought that it was fiction, you'll find that shit is actually 100% true. Okay? My point is, when you go on this journey, remember this walk is about you and God and your ancestors. You need your ancestors because, yeah, some of y'all are chosen to break generational curses. I don't believe that everybody is chosen to break generational curses, but I don't know. I would have to talk to several people to ask them about their walk. Were you put here to break generational curses? Have you broke those generational curses? How do you know that you were supposed to break generational curses? Do you talk to your ancestors? Are you able to tap into the spiritual realm, to find out what you're here for and things like that? I would have to speak to those people that, are on that walk. But I promise you, as long as you keep God in your life, you'll be fine. You'll find, and I'm gonna talk to the karmics for a little bit, and the karmics are the ones who do the evil shit. Get on here and say nasty shit to people. Some of y'all, my own family, get on here and say nasty shit. Y'all think I'm gonna be knowing shit. Some of y'all, my own family, get on my damn chat and say nasty. Some of y'all, my exes, want to try to be a bully, and knowing we was toe to toe, I'll beat y'all motherfucking ass up. You know the fuck I would. You know it. Fuck your ass up. Period, point blank, because you know you wrong. You'll get beat. Even if I couldn't beat you, which I know I can, you will feel so bad because you know it was your ass who doing it behind the fucking screen. You know it. But you want to sit there and be a big bully when it really and truly half of you motherfuckers, my family, and I'm talking to my family and friends. I ain't talking about to you motherfuckers. I don't know who y'all are regain stalking a nigga for the bad. I'm talking to y'all motherfuckers. Y'all, if y'all put all that energy into y'all selves and heal y'all shit, it wouldn't even bother you what the fuck I'm doing. That same energy that you trying to steal from me, you'll have your own damn energy to keep yourself pushing on forward. If you just took all that negativity and turned it into what power, and how you turn it to power by healing yourself and then being prosperous that way. But no, you want to get the kind of power to try to rule over somebody else, to take their shit, make them feel down, step on them, talk about them behind their back, lie on them so you can make yourself feel good. If you took all that energy and put it into yourself and turn it into a positivity, which will be powerful in your life, you'll be fucking abundant. But no, that sounds too much like motherfucking right. Why would you do a thing like that? Why would you do that? Huh? Anyway, y'all be telling me shit. I'm telling you, he be telling me shit. He be telling me. And he's so cold when he tell me. I be like, damn, Lord, for real. He'll like, that's one of your stalkers right there. He'll point him out. He'll be like, you remember that comment? That's who said it. And then I'll be like around that person, and then like I could tell that it's them, because sometimes they look up in the air and they don't look at me. They'll be talking, looking up in the air, something like looking at all over the place, and I'm just standing there like in my mind, bitch, I know it's you. I don't say it out loud because I'm like, oh, we're gonna play this stupid ass childish game where you continue to be fake. You continue to be fake. You stand in my face and smile less. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh yeah. Because you're a bully behind the screen. That's who you are. You don't want to be better. You just want to step on other people to make yourself feel better. Now, let's talk about some deep shit. Because as I was driving, God was giving me some stuff. So, let's talk about the racism part of things and spirituality. Are there people here that's racist? Like y'all, we talk about the white people and all of that, and I'm only gonna focus on the white people, not because it ain't that other racists are racist. I'm gonna talk about them just so I can explain what I'm trying to say. Okay. Spiritually, from a spiritual perspective, is a white person that's racist really racist? Yes. Why do I say that? It's the spirit in them. It's something that they have not healed. And I've said this part before. It's something they have not healed in their bloodline, right? So yes, they carry that racism spirit in them. So yes, racism does exist. However, it's deeper than that. However, there's a power over the racism and the Black Lives Matter and all the other shit. It's a distraction to focus on those things. So the devil uses your traumas, right? Your generational curses that you have on your bloodline to cause that projection into the world, right? Racism, and everybody focusing on it. Oh, this motherfucker white, this motherfucker he racist, this black person they race, blah 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 blah. When the bigger picture is not really that. The bigger picture is to keep that shit going on. The bigger picture is, hold on, y'all. Let me get on this side because somebody stopped on the side of the interstate. Anyway, the bigger picture is to keep that shit going on. The bigger picture is to have us focus on that kind of shit instead of focusing on what's really going on. Like, oh, this is mind control. Oh, they're projecting this shit into the atmosphere for us to go against each other. Oh, you know, they want us to not like each other. Oh, they want to keep, quote unquote, the black people down, when technically it's not even about technically over that racism. It's not even about the racism. It's just that the people that's over, which is the devil and these cults, that's over the racism, over the hatred, and all of the other fuck shit that's going on in the world, they use whatever is going on in your bloodline that's a curse to project out into the world, when really and truly it's really about individuality. It's really about not the fact that somebody's white or black or whatever color they are and they're racist. No, it's about that particular person is racist. It's not to put everybody in the group of whites and blacks and everything. Oh, black people are niggas, or they all niggas. No, that's not a fucking fact. But that's the way the energy over all of the corruption wants you to believe, right? The people who elevate their mind and see that that's not the truth, that's how you evolve. When you can break those type of barriers that you've been taught in society, and you can see the bigger picture instead of being one of those people going, oh, you know, everybody's like that, I don't fool with these people. Just like I was talking, excuse me, the other day about how I'm not gonna date black people no more. It has nothing to do with, I feel like all black people are the same way. It has nothing to do with that, because I also said, if I announced that some black person came in my life and it was elevated and it was spiritual and it was healed, of course I would, you know, allow them to be in my life and get to know them, you know. But I never was a person that stepped outside my race. It wasn't because of racism or anything like that. Now, granted, at one point, because I've heard like interracial couples get together and some black people talk about how the white person, they white family treated them and vice versa, and I'm like, ooh, who want to deal with that bullshit, right? But that wasn't the thing that kept me from it. I just was always interested in black people, and specifically chocolate women, specifically, you know. And because chocolate women, like I said the other day, have treated me so fucking bad based off of their own insecurities and their own projection, you know, that someone may have projected onto them, they projected onto me. They put me in the same boat with everybody else, whoever made them feel less than, or, you know, whether it's in their bloodline, they don't realize it needs to be healed, you know. And I'm sitting up here saying all day, like, I don't look at you like that. I see that your skin is beautiful to me, XYZ, encouraging you, and you can't elevate past the way you see yourself. Well, you have to, that's something that you have to go within and heal, right? I just, as I elevate, this is my truth, as I've elevated, I just find myself more intrigued with other races. I don't know what it is, because at one point, I was always like, I just like black. I just like, and I don't want to get literal on here, but God, would that be going too far if I say some things? I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it, because I ain't gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I want to say it because I'm very transparent like that, but I feel like it may come off like the wrong way. Okay? But needless to say, I'm more interested in other races, you know. And it was so crazy Like the day after I said this, I went to uh, this gas station, and there was this very attractive white woman with 2 kids, and she dressed up, and I held the door open, and she looked at me in a way like flirting, and I was like, like, oh my God, she just looked at me flirting, you know what I'm saying? And so literally I went in the store, she had went in the store before me, she literally waited outside just to put gas in her, I mean, not just to put something in the trash can, and she walked in front of me, and I stopped, and I allowed her, because I'm a gentle lady, like I open doors and shit like that. And so she looked at me again, like in a way, like, and I was like, oh my God. In my mind, I was like, oh my God. I was like, damn, that was fast. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that was fast, But it's really not like, and I know I'm kind of getting off the subject, but I'm going to go right back into the whole thing I was talking about racism. This is how I'm getting in this subject. But it's not the skin color that per se that I'm interested in. It's really the individual person, okay? But it just so happens to be that I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. All I've experienced with my quote-unquote black people, but again, like I said the other day, I don't consider myself black no more. I consider myself other. Because if I gotta be a part of the things and the mentalities that all these races have, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it. But I am so sick of being the mad black woman, okay? I'm so sick of dealing with people who are darker skinned that project their bullshit off on me because they haven't healed their insecurities. I'm so sick of we gotta come together, but nobody fucking comes together. I'm so fucking sick of with the black race where, we gotta make it work, but then most of these black people are fucking stabbing you in the fucking back because why? They're your biggest haters. I am so sick of that. I'm so sick of being a woman who's attracted to women, but still a woman is competing against me when I don't even think like that. Like, I'm more like, sweetheart, how may I help you? You know what I'm saying? But you sit up here like I'm competing against you. Yes, I have femininity and I have masculinity, but I just don't think like that. I don't think like the normal person that's like that. And I say normal because that's their normal. I just don't think like that. I don't be like, oh, this person's black, I gotta win this competition or something. Like, what the fuck? I just don't think like that. Whereas you saying like, oh, this motherfucker naive, gullible, I can stab him in the back. I'm very much not naive and gullible. That's what a lot of people think, and I let them think it. But I don't sit up there and be trying to figure out how I can get over on somebody when I find that a lot of my quote-unquote used to be my people, they think like that. They think that, oh, if this person's doing better than me, I got to figure out how I could be more successful than them. I got, all of that ain't me. So, y'all keep that shit. For y'all, the black people that think like, keep that shit over there. Don't bring that shit around me. I done been called white just because of the way I articulate, the way I talk. I've been called everything other than black at times. If I didn't know something, oh, you lost your black card, bitch. You know what? Thank you. Keep that black card, bitch, because I ain't black, bitch. I'm other. I'm other. And I never seen such a race that is such fucking haters and think, oh, because somebody don't talk like you or walk like you, they ain't from the hood, they don't know nothing about the hood. Nigga, I was raised up in the motherfucking hood, bitch. Okay? I know what it is to feel poverty. I know what it is to struggle, nigga. But that don't mean I gotta sit up here and act like a motherfucking nigga, literally, just because of where the fuck I've been. I ain't gotta act like that. I got motherfucking sense and common sense and intelligence to know that I can be myself and still make it to where the fuck I wanna be the right fucking way. While y'all niggas sit up here and stab people in the back, manipulate, lie, scam, all the fucking shit and think that shit is good. When your soul ain't nothing but fucking trash for doing that shit. But y'all the same niggas want, you against your people? What people? Y'all ain't none of my people. The same people who stab me in the back all day long. The same motherfuckers who competing against me. The same motherfuckers who get on my chat and be saying fuck shit. You talking about them? Oh, fuck y'all niggas. I ain't no parts of y'all. None. I ain't no parts of the white motherfuckers who racist, talk about black people. I ain't no part of the motherfucking any other race that be with that cunning and fuck shit. I ain't no part of y'all. Y'all can have it. Have it all to yourself. I don't want to be no part to that shit. Period. I am other. Okay? That's what I'm going to start putting on my shit, other. I don't want to be no parts of the mindset y'all have. I have climbed up out of that dumb bullshit, that dumbass mindset. Y'all be falling into them fucking traps. You know, oh, we got to help each other. Nigga, y'all don't be trying to help nobody. Y'all be trying to help y'all motherfucking self. Y'all be trying to find any motherfucking crack so that y'all can slide in the motherfucking system and get what the fuck y'all want the wrong way. And then when you bitches get caught, you motherfuckers got an issue with it. Okay? And I ain't gonna get to talk about some of y'all foreigners. Let's keep it gangster. Okay? Let's keep it gangster. Y'all, some of y'all come over here and you spit on a lot of Americans and you dog out black people as if they fucking trash, and some of them are, but you ain't no better. Because you're doing the same fucking thing they doing, getting over. But the only thing is your race is together. Y'all have formed some type of you know, community together where we all come up. We step on everybody and we all come up. You know, instead of treating people like individual human beings, regardless of their fucking skin color, finding out who the fuck they are and treating people the way that you want to be treated. Now, y'all don't think like that. Some of y'all motherfucking Latinos is fucking pimping out motherfucking black people. And but you want to call black people trash? You don't think you trash for doing that? You trash. Y'all, some of y'all same motherfuckers is pimping out motherfucking black people. Some of y'all same motherfuckers is going up into Latino stores, and you a whole Latino going up in your own kind of fucking stores and fucking strong arming them, getting money off of them. I mean, come on. And y'all want to talk about other races and all of this shit? Talk about yourself. Talk about that's trash that you do that. That's why I won't be no part of it. I did my test. I damn near got every fucking quote unquote race in my fucking blood. I don't want no parts of y'all. None. And I mean that shit. Alright, y'all. I'll be back. I have to go back to work. I'll be back. This is to be continued. Bye.